Hey guys, Zelonius here. Welcome to another video on the channel. Hope you're doing okay today. We are back discussing playstyles. I'm going to go a bit more in depth today about some of the worst playstyles in the game and why I rate those so poorly. So this is my tier list that I did on playstyles. It's probably a few weeks to a month ago at least. I have changed it slightly throughout the year, but I just agree with what I've done there. For this one, I'm basically pretty much any playstyle that's B tier or under, I don't think is very good. One thing I will say is I'm putting Tiki Taka in S tier based on me actually getting to use it on quite a few players, and I feel the way the game plays now, it's really useful. But in terms of anything that's B and under right now, I actually think it's fairly poor. B obviously I think it's usable. C and D though I think pretty poor. So we're going to go through them and I'm going to explain each one a bit more in depth than I would for a normal tier list video about why I think they're bad. So, starting with Press Proven. Press Proven, one, doesn't work that consistently. Honestly, I've seen it be amazing at times, but then at other times just not even activate, or when it activates, the player just instantly loses the ball. FIFA is quite a random game in general. The key to being top is consistency. I've played quite a few different esport video games. I've played quite a lot of games and ranked pretty highly on them. FIFA would be the best one. I was literally pro level it for like 3 or 4 years. But with FIFA compared to other esports, there's not really anything that a top level player could do. Like I still at rank 1 most weekends. There's not really anything I can do that a rank 5 player couldn't do. I just do all the fundamentals a lot more consistently. Where in other games, pro level, high ranked players can do things that players at low levels literally couldn't do. Are you sick to death of getting out teamed on FC24? Want that God squad you've always been dreaming of? Check out IGGM.com today, the best and most reliable place to get coins for your ultimate team. Use the link in the description and code ZEL at checkout for a 5% discount. Check out IGGM.com today. There's a bigger skill gap in them. But what I'm saying is consistency is key. A playstyle that's not consistent isn't very good. Press Proven can be really good and can get you a goal out of nowhere occasionally, but most games it won't even do anything. So that's why I've rated it low. Bruiser, I think at this point of the game, there's better defensive playstyles, and again, occasionally it works. A lot of the time though, it activates and just doesn't do anything. So pretty similar reasons. Relentless. So for me, Relentless early on in the game, I wouldn't have said it was top tier, but it'd have been bordering on A tier. At this point, it honestly could be C tier. I'm going to put C tier actually, because all the players that tend to have it already have pretty much 99 stamina. And when they've already got 99 stamina, Relentless really doesn't make that big a difference. Maybe in like the second half of extra time in Weekend League, it might help. But generally speaking, it only really matters at all in extra time, which quite a lot of game modes you're not even going to extra time, and it's not that often you'll go to extra time in Weekend League anyway, so it's not really that important. Power header definitely's got its uses. You do notice players with power header tend to be pretty consistent with the heading. The problem is, if a player has power header, they never have aerial, and aerial is much more important. Aerial means they win the header, and I tend to find if a player has high heading stats and aerial, they win nearly every header anyway. And when they win nearly every header, the headers go in pretty consistently. So I just don't think there's much need for power header. Dead ball. At max, you only need one player on your team to have it. No more than one's really needed. I don't think it makes that big a difference. I could score free kicks with a player who don't even have a normal dead ball, as long as they've got decent stats. They're pretty consistent for me. So I just don't think it's that needed, would be what I'd say. Trivella. I'm going to put Trivella to C tier based on the use of it now. And another reason that a lot of these playstyles say are bad is because they're replacing the ability to have some of the better playstyles. If you have one of these, that's one of these you can't have. Trivella, it can be nice for shooting in the box. If players have it, I think it can help a bit. Players who don't even have Trivella or can't even hit Trivella passes, sometimes those animations can be pretty good, but for the most part, it's pretty useless. Trickster, for me, it's near useless. It's very rare I'll play anyone who ever uses it effectively to the point I struggle against it. I honestly don't think I've played anyone all year that thought, wow, that I just couldn't stop them using it. It can score some nice goals. It looks kind of cool, but in reality, it doesn't really do a lot. First touch, similar to Press Proven, but even more inconsistent. Occasionally does a touch out of nowhere. That's brilliant. but for the most part, it doesn't really do a lot again. And generally speaking, players take good touch on this game if they've got high stats anyway. Acrobatic, I'm going to put this to B tier because I actually have noticed it prop up a little bit more than some of the other playstyles. When it props up, it will literally give you goals or animations, clearances, passes in the midfield, shot types that you literally cannot do without it. You just need to be holding L2 generally to do it, and it can actually be pretty good. Would I really want it over one of these? Definitely not, but it can be pretty good. I'm trying to think which player I had it on. It might even be Crouch. I think it was the 6'7" Crouch card. I think he got it and he did some stupid stuff with it sometimes. You just have to play around with it a bit more. Power shot against anyone around your level or better than you, you pretty much never get the time to hit a power shot. And on top of that, even with the playstyle plus power shot, they're very hard to aim consistently. And unless they're in the corner, they're not going in. Power shot down the middle is very easy to do, and the keeper's going to save them the whole time. I would just use your other shots. They're high risk, not massive reward, in my opinion. Slide tackle, mostly speaking, slide tackle, you just don't want to do slides. That would be the reason I'd probably put it there. If you're having to do a slide tackle, something's generally gone wrong. Great Paolo Maldini once said if he's made a tackle, then he's made a mistake. He said that he should always be shepherding a player away naturally or intercepting the ball before they've even got it. So you shouldn't really be slide tackling anyway in FIFA, not just because Maldini said that, but I agree that you just don't really want to be doing slide tackles. And it does make them better, but not that important. Chip shot. Chip shot honestly is fairly useless because nearly every time you get in on goal, you can either finesse it or just ball roll around. They're pretty much guaranteed goals this year. Chip shot with this, it's pretty great, but you just don't really need it. Giant throw. Maybe this one with an aerial could be good, but it seems to replace one of these a complete waste. And I have tried, and it just doesn't seem that big a deal, really. But like I say, a lot of these, it's going to be a case of they're replacing much more important ones. Flare, it looks cool, but it's even less effective than Trickster. I've used Cole Palmer's Tots card. I got him Red Pick. I've used him a lot. Tried pressing L2 a lot with him and stuff. And it looks kind of cool, but it really doesn't ever feel like it does anything that I'm like, wow, I need that playstyle. So it's pretty useless to me. So basically, any of these A and S ones, if you have them for players in the relevant positions, like for etc., a centre back with jockey and block, or a striker with finesse and quick step. If you have players in those correct positions with the right appropriate playstyles, any of these are really good. If you find a player with a combination of three of these, they're probably going to be a top tier player. If you find a player who gets these ones, not going to be very good generally. And you will notice most of the lower rated TOTS cards tend to have more of the, what I would say, are bad playstyles. It's by design. EA know which players they want to be good. They know which players they want to be top end and cost a lot of coins and sell packs. Appreciate you guys watching this video. As always, do keep it spicy. I hope to see you guys in the next one. Peace.